so we now have a chicken and a rooster. The chickens are good and set. Oh my god, we actually already have an egg. That is good. Go ahead and pick that up. Then we do have, basically, we've still got the goats over here. And then I was able to get a boar. So now we need to find a sow to finish that up. But we're really ramping up the animal husbandry side of it at this point. I need more copper. I keep going to get copper, and I keep running across animals that are in good places for me to chase back to base, and so I'm not turning down that opportunity. There have been a couple of other pigs out in this field area, but they've been boars. I need a sow, so keeping my eye out for that. Was able to process enough leather to make boots and a helmet. And I didn't know this new feature existed, but I think it is fantastic. So I already put my helmet on. They're here. When you hover over an item you're about to put on your character, it highlights in blue which slot it should go to, which is awesome. Like, I mean, armor, that's pretty straightforward here. But like all the accessories and stuff, I'm always trying to figure out which slot each accessory aligns to. So I think that's a really good change. I really appreciate that. Like, just highlighting, like, where's it supposed to go? Oh yeah, that's the slot. And again, it's mainly for these guys over here. That's really gonna help with all these accessory items. Anyway, I really appreciate that. While I gotcha, let's go ahead and take a look at what the new house is starting to look like. I'm not sure if we're gonna keep the overhang or not. I'm still in the process of moving stuff into the new house. You come in to this little foyer area, and then directly on the left, this is the kitchen. So I've got a bunch of, crocks over here, and I've got 2 main fire pits for cooking, and then 1 fire pit for making bait or candles or whatever. Over here is where I want to put the like a down area for the cellar. The reason for that, I'll show you in a minute. So just log that in the back of your mind for a second. But then this is going to be the bedroom, and I've already gotten it temporal gear, and I was able to set my spawn in here, and it's fantastic. Nothing going on in here right now. We'll put a bed in, a table, maybe some bookshelves and stuff. We'll make it nice and pretty, but right now it's just big gray square. Okay, now for this. So this down here is the main storage room, okay? This is where most of our storage is going to be. I have already started a couple of little storage, and so the kitchen's right here. And part of the problem for the cellar is there's a big ass cave down here. I think if we dig in that way a little bit, it should be closed in enough to actually make a cellar, but I don't think we can make it like right down here. So all of this is going to be stored. It's kind of an awkward shape, and it obviously doesn't look too great right now. For these blocks, I went and destroyed some nearby ruins, and that's how I was able to get some of these aged blocks. And then there's some in here that are like dry stone or something. I can't exactly find them right now. And there's some other blocks in here, so that's really nice. And then I did start the tower. It goes pretty high up. Yeah, so this is the current height. I might go a little bit higher. I think it needs to be 40 blocks high for maximum lightning rod effectiveness. So if this is 150, and then the lightning rod would be a couple above. So 150. So if we put the lightning rod on 5 blocks above that, like the top of that block, it would be only 30. So we do need to go up at least 10 more blocks. So that'll be good. This is the start of the smithing area. So I've got the smithing stuff gonna be on this side, and then over here I want do tanning stuff, tannery stuff. I'm kind of liking the idea of putting a windmill right on top of that. So that might actually happen. And then the charcoal pit is not going to move too much. I'm just going to move it back and then to the side. So it's just going to be hanging out over here on this side. A pit kiln still staying there. This is going to, all this stuff is going to go downstairs once that gets a little more established. Just kind of slowly doing it. Still trying to get a sow in here. I've got a boar. I added a trough of turnips in there, and I've found a couple sows. There's one that's down here. The sow mechanics seem to be different than the boar mechanics. For the boar, I was able to slowly walk behind it and just kind of guide it up here. With the sow, it'll just randomly turn around and start attacking you. So that's making it a little more difficult. So I'm trying to lure with food, but I might have to do a food lure down below, like where it actually is, and then do some kind of hallway, dirt hallway system to get it up here. Anyway, this is going pretty well. I'm also pretty happy with my current copper supply. I've got a pretty decent amount of copper. I've been casually looking for iron. I'm not really finding anything too good. Like, this is like very poor. I might have to go out exploring a little bit more. We haven't explored a whole lot, I will say. We've been sticking pretty close to base, so that might have to happen. Ah, here they are. Here's the dry stone. See, it looks a little bit different than the cobble. You have to use Asher blocks for these. Pretty interesting. And oh, and then a bunch of wall progress you might see. I'm about to start the farmland here, but I really want to get this wall built up and, you know, dig the moat a little bit more on this side, because I do feel like we're gonna get some animals trying to come in as soon as we start doing more farmland. But yes, pretty exciting, starting to come together. So I decided to just pick a direction. I'm kind of going northwest, north, mostly dictated by running away from bears in the direction that I can escape them. But I'm just trying to get a good reading for iron. I've gotten some decent readings on one iron type. Is it this? I believe this is iron hematite. I traditionally go for magnetite. It's a Pokemon. Okay, I don't know. Is that how you pronounce this? Oh frick! All right. So I haven't really found any of that, but I did want to show I found some bauxite. I'm not gonna go in that cave right now because it's a little bit scary and I don't have all my armor yet. I'm gonna find a safe place and then I'm going to mark this, but that is very exciting to have found so early. So we don't need it yet, but we will need it. All right, so we're just gonna keep going. I am not a huge fan of this terrain, so I'm probably gonna try to sneak around this direction instead of around here because there are more mountains this way, and just kind of keep going. I am running low on food though. I might have to actually turn around soon, but we shall see. There's so much quartz here. This is ridiculous. On the way back to base, and what is this? Is this a trader treehouse? What the heck? Dude, it is! Holy cow! An agriculture trader. This is so cool. This is awesome. Look at this! He's got this cozy little house. I'm sorry, I'm jumping on your bed. My goodness! Look at these ropes. What is this? Can you actually attach ropes like this? Is this chiseled? Like, obviously the aged wood planks are chiseled, right? How rope do that? I need to test this. Is this something that you, a player, can do, or is this some kind of creative thing? Wow, this is so cool. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh, that looks awesome. I really like the trader updates. I think they're really cool. The only thing I don't like is that the traders don't have names anymore. Like, you just say hi trader, you don't say hi whatever their name is. So I would like for them to have names again. Them all have, not all, but there are several different types of trader houses. Like, that one is one, obviously. I think they're really cool. It just makes it a little more interesting every time you find a trader. We're like, oh, let's check out their house. See how, like, see what's different with them versus other traders. Did I a little bit die? Yes, but we now have a sow and a boar in here. The sow was really hard to get in. And there was this other boar that was coming along, but we only need one boar, so I got rid of them. You can see this tunnel I guess it's more like a funnel, like a hallway that I used, and you can see how as they progressed down the tunnel, I blocked it off so they couldn't go backwards. What I ended up doing was trapping them in the moat. Right? They started out all the way over here. All the way over here in this part of the moat. Chased them all the way over. And just as they progressed, I just blocked off their path to being able to go backwards. Eventually they made their way on over. Yes, they did. They did kill me. Did a little bit kill me. But that's okay. Alright, so I do want to raise this door. This door is really low compared to the other ones, and that one probably needs to come up at least one block as well. I will spend some time cleaning this all up, but for now I do want to show off some of two of the future greenhouses. We got one here and one here. This one I've already planted flax in. I need to go ahead and do this one. I got distracted by the boars, so I took a little of time off to do that. And I think these carrots are almost done. I think I want to make like a really nice, pretty greenhouse here. These are going to be very similar to the ones that I created in the last world. I'm not going to have a berry greenhouse, I don't think, in this game, or at least not at first. But I might do a berry greenhouse next year. Where's my... There it is. It's like, why is it so dark? I might do a berry greenhouse in year one, once these have started getting through and we get some fertilizer. Once these start growing up and we get some fertilizer, make it a little bit easier. And it does look like some of these cuttings are popping up, which is fantastic. Really, really like to see that. I do wish I had planted these like both back but we'll see how this works. It'll be okay. But yeah, I think this needs to come up at least a block as well. More progress has been made in here, and actually I went out to get some more, to destroy some more ruins for some more of these blocks, so I don't have to make them. I started moving the tanning stuff in here. The tanning area is going to need a huge overhaul. We're starting to make things look good, right? We're starting to get out of the survival mode. I'm not quite into decorating mode yet. And then the smithing area is starting to kind of piece together. It definitely needs to look a lot better. I want tool racks for all of the tools. Like I want the tool rack to always have extra axes, one tool rack for extra picks, for extra prospecting picks, for extra falx blades, etc. However, well, no, I'm gonna need those. I just haven't gotten to that yet because I'm still not super secure on copper. We're getting there. Not super secure. I do have a couple of ideas for the hen house and stuff. I think I'm going to start with the chickens. But I really don't know the layout that I want to do with these pens. The pigs definitely need a bigger one. And I need to go ahead and close that up so bears can't get in. I am not really sure on the layout. So I need to play around with that a bit. Pigs need a bigger area. Chickens need a little bit bigger. Yeah, they're in a pretty small pen right now. Goats definitely need a bigger area. I want to do another goat like playground thing. That was really cute to watch them jumping around on that. And I like the idea of having like a little garden area in the center around the trader, since I can't like change this. So it would be weird to have like perfectly cut grass around everything except for this. So I think I'm gonna try to make a little gardeny area there, a little wild garden. I think they're all pregnant. I honestly haven't 100% been able to check because they're still headbutting me. Come here. But every time one comes over here, it says they're pregnant. So I think they're all pregnant. All right, I'm very excited. We've got all of our starter animals at this point. So now it's just on to breeding for future generations. This is where I had been getting most of my copper. Decided to just kind of prospect around. I first started over here and it was not much better. And then I started to go south a little bit and I was like, oh, that's not too bad. I was out of food. Had to go back to base. Now I've come back here and I kind of made a beeline for this area and I've found ultra high copper, which is fantastic. It's got some other stuff in here like bismuth, lead, emeralds, iron, cassiterite, all that fun stuff. I just did a close node search and it says near this block that I just mined out, very large iron and large copper, which is exciting. Now I do want to see what blocks this can come in. Looks like in slate, so it can be in slate. All right, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if that could be in slate. Can native copper be in slate? Is this slate? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we do need to check everywhere then. If it couldn't be in slate, I was going to go down a little bit to the heaterite rock. Start checking there. We will start our search up here at this level for... Okay, so over this way, so opposite of our water elevator, the iron goes away and the copper goes down. So we're probably going to be going towards one of these sides or looping around. But let's check the sides first. Okay, this side, copper goes away, iron goes away, just trace amounts of bismuth. Let's check this side now. All right, the copper goes up to large over there, but it was large here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle around the water vader a little bit. It just makes it easier for me to swim back up if I don't put multiple holes around the water vader. So if we do here, then that should be behind the water vader, correct. All right. Now we're just going to kind of go this way. All right, copper is still there a little bit, but the iron's not there. What if we go down check down first, and then we'll check up. All right, so now we're back to very large iron, and then the copper did go down to medium. So let's keep going down a little bit. Not too much further down, just a little bit so that we can start digging around. Also keeping an eye on my temporal stability, just because we're down underground, it's going down a good bit. We need to check other direction. Very large iron, medium copper. We're just going to head this direction then. And then we're going to repeat the same test, front or side. Let's just start on the right. We're going to do right, front, left. And see if we can start locating, getting a better idea of where this ore is. Okay, so in that direction, the iron's still high, pretty high, but the copper's low. So I'm just gonna poke up real quick. Let's see, anything up here, anything up there. All right, and now let's check front. All right, medium copper, still large irons. I feel like the iron's over in this direction. Let's see if we can get a read on the copper. So for the iron, I think we need a 10 bronze pickaxe. I don't think we can even mine the iron with the pickaxe we have right now, but we do have a 10 bronze pickaxe back at base we can get. Very large, and then also large copper. So since I'm looking for copper and iron, I'm gonna go in this left direction. All right, and now I'm gonna start doing pokey holes. And so what that means is I'm just gonna poke down, I'm gonna poke up, I'm gonna poke to the sides as I go down the tunnel. Nothing over there. So we did a line this way, and I'm gonna skip 2, 1, 2, and then do another line this way. I'm not gonna take another reading on this one since it's so close to the one we just did a little bit ago. Right now, I'm looking for the surface of an ore, which I'm not seeing. And then we're going to do the same thing over here, which might hit our water elevator. Right beside our water elevator, but just checking. So that's good. So we checked down over there. We're going to check down over here. Ah, look at that. There, that is iron. So now we know where it is. We're going to do a little spiral staircase down to the iron. There it is. Yep, see, we need bronze to break this. It's fine. Okay, we got that. Now, the copper, I would still like to be able to lay eyes on the copper, but we do need to pop out of here for our temporal stability's sake here soon. So let's just do a couple more poke holes. All right, there's more iron. All right, so this is a good little iron spot. And I'm just gonna, this is probably gonna show iron as well. Then I'm gonna do 1, maybe 2 upwards pokes looking for the copper. All right. 1 up here, and then probably 1 in the center. But you see how my vision I'm gonna start taking damage because my temporal stability is going down so much. 1, and then yeah, let's just check this, but then we gotta the moose. I am glad that we found iron. I'm probably gonna go back to base. Yeah, there we go. Start taking damage from the temporal stability. Probably gonna go ahead and head back to base to get the 10 bronze pickaxe, so we can come back here and go ahead and grab that iron, which means we need to start making bloomeries for iron blooms. We do not have the stuff for a health hammer yet, and that's okay. We can still process most of the iron manually, so we'll deal with that. Ooh, resin. I just gotta stop for some resin. Ah! Alright. Alright, I'm heading out. Back to base. There have been a few updates. For one, I did go ahead and create 2 bloomeries, and I filled them up with some iron. So we can go ahead and try to start getting some iron blooms. We don't have a health hammer to handle them, so we are going to have to manually process the blooms. Not too bad. There will be some iron blooms that just don't have enough voxels, so they'll have to be set aside until we do have a health hammer. I've also placed where I want kind of a greenhouse. It's like the main greenhouse where all of the supplies are going to be stored. So this is where all of our farming supplies will be stored. I'm going to put all of the composting barrels in here so they're all in one location, and that'll be great. Flax is doing very well. It's been raining so much. It's been awesome. The soybeans look so cute right now. A lot of them were like pink a little bit ago, but now they're growing up and they're now green. So there's a bunch of different vegetables here soon. I did confirm all the goats are pregnant. The sow is now pregnant, and we have 3 eggs that this broody hen is laying on. You can tell she's broody because it says ready to lay. I did close this off just because the rooster kept eating the grain. I was trying to leave for the hen so that she would become broody. So he's just outside for a little bit. He'll be fine. You might also notice the storage has been cleaned up from here. We've started organizing, nowhere near done. But I'm keeping just ores underneath the steps for now. Stones, I'm putting the different types of stones into crates, and then like stone blocks are what's going to go in the chest. And then I also want to have different trunks for different types of wood. Right now I only have one. I've just been making stuff out of pine. But I would like to have one that's kind of miscellaneous, like signs, anything made from sticks, like the wattle and stuff, that would go in there. I just don't have the resources to do that right now. So it's just all in one trunk for the moment. And then we've got organics over here, doing really well. You might see some bushmeat and fennel in my hotbar. I'm about to make a bunch of bait because we are low on food. Well, we're low on prepared food. We have a bunch of a bunch of raw food. But we need to, wrong chest. We need to get some prepared food started. That is going to be the next step while waiting for the iron to finish processing. You can see I took down this little storage hut. I still don't have I guess I can move the bones to the organics chest. But it really needs to have its own crate because we're just going to get so many bones. It's going to be ridiculous. And then I am still working on leather processing. I've got 6 leather right now, but I think I need 12 for the body armor. 12 or 16 for the body armor. Still working on that. I've got the strong tannin ready to go, just waiting for the weak tannin to up to be able to finish up our armor. But it's looking good. Let me grab some food and we'll hop up the tower real quick. This is where we have the top of the tower right now. I do want the lightning rod to be at 165, so it'll go just like 5 blocks above. We've got a nice little view from up here of our base. I haven't started on any of the corner towers yet. Those are still to come. But it's really starting to come together. Very, very excited for this. I've been looking for pine trees to harvest so I can start my tree farm. I've decided to put the tree farm down here to the south a little bit instead of over here the east. In the east, actually thinking this is where I want my museum. I want to do a nice big museum over here. Going south, I was like, oh man, is that limestone or chalk? No, it's granite. But I do believe these are rapids, which could be used for water wheels. Now they're so far away from base. That one's really high up. I'm wondering if I can do some kind of aqueduct to bring it. I don't think it's going to go all the way to base. But, you know, maybe bring it here or something and just have a water wheel down here until I can get enough flax for some full-fledged windmills. So I'm going to think about doing that. It's actually probably going to happen. Maybe just not right now. because right now I'm focused on getting more wood for my charcoal pit. I've got the charcoal pit running right now because I'm completely out of charcoal, but I do have iron blooms that are ready to be processed. I just can't process them yet because I don't have charcoal. And since granite just kept getting me every time. A touch of prospecting over here since I don't have anything here. God, butterflies are so pretty in this game. I don't think you can do anything with the butterflies. They're very pretty. I am curious if there's any lore stuff surrounding the butterflies because you can find those butterfly pins. I'm also going to here soon go ahead and make a 10 bronze pickaxe and give it to that treasure trader that's in our base so that we can at least figure out where the first part of the story is. We are not ready to go there yet, just so we can start figuring out where some of the lore stuff might be. So I'm just having fun exploring right now. Should be collecting trees. I've got a lot of stuff on the list that I should be doing. Should also be fishing. I need more food. Well, I need more prepared food. I've got raw foods. And I also should be making nails for more chests, for more storage stuff. But I don't know. It's early in the morning, IRL, up a little bit ago. I've been just finding surface copper down here. And I'll go down and pick it up. So, I mean, you're never gonna not need copper. So even once we're out of the copper, we're still gonna be gathering copper. Just been enjoying running around a little bit. Just a nice thing to do sometimes. We'll get back to business soon. Found a beehive. It's been here. I put this skep down forever ago. It's still empty, but it is now saying that it'll swarm in approximately 1 day. So I'm hoping when it swarms is when it'll fill up the skep. I've just been kind of fishing in all of these areas around it, trying to keep this loaded. I've got a bunch of fish now. Oh, and I'm actually low on food. Travel food, that is. But we need to take all this back and start cooking it up. I need to figure out where I'm going to put the apiaries, because at the end of the last world, we talked about how I wanted more and then also bigger apiaries. They might have to be outside of the walls. I don't know. I'm wondering if it would be a good idea to keep them near the farm, or maybe we just keep a couple near the farms. I don't know if it's like Minecraft where bee crops grow. Oh, this is a new trader that I haven't found yet. That would be interesting to figure out. Building materials, like wallpaper. Now I could sell him, or hard to tell without names. I could sell them tools and stuff. Because I do have the ability to make 10 bronze tools, but do I want to sell my 10 bronze tools at this point, or do I want to keep my 10 bronze tools? Not sure yet, but it's good to know that they are here. Continue on back.